previous class we have learnt about the preparation of addition polymers, and today we will be learning about the preparation of condensation polymers. Now let me first remind you what do we mean by condensation polymers. It is the polymers where the monomers units combine together, leading to the formation of long chains, and there will be loss of small molecules. Now those small molecules may be the water molecules or ammonia molecule or any other small molecules will be lost. So such type of polymers which are been formed by condensation and the loss of the water molecules, we call them as a condensation polymers. So here we will be studying about the three class of condensation polymers. That is, first of all we have the polyesters. Polyesters. Now the name itself it suggests what do we mean by polyesters. That is the polymers having ester linkages. Now what is ester linkages? That is O double bond O, C double bond O. These linkages we call them as the ester linkages. So the polymers having the ester linkages are called as the polyesters. Next we have the polyamides. Polyamides. Now what are polyamides? That means the polymers having the amide linkages. Polymers having amide linkages, that is C double bond O and H. These type of polymers we call them as the polyamides. And the third category of the polymers we call them as the formaldehyde resins. Formaldehyde resins. Now what are resins? Resins are highly viscous substance. Highly viscous substance of plant origin or synthetic origin. They can also be prepared synthetically. Synthetic origin, plant origin or synthetic origin. They are obtained either from the plants or they can also be manufactured synthetically. So here under formaldehyde resins we will be studying the two types of resins, where in first case we will be using phenol and formaldehyde, and in the second case we will be using our melamine and formaldehyde. So let us begin. That is, first of all we will study about the polyesters, that is the polymers having the ester linkages. Now these under this we will be studying two examples. Our first example, so let me first rub the board. Polyesters, so we call this as polymers having the ester linkages. Okay, so we have to study over here two examples. First of all, we have the terylene, or it is also called as Dacron. Terylene or Dacron. So terylene or Dacron, it can be prepared from ethane 1,2-diol. So NHO CH2 ethane 1,2-diol. So two OH groups over here. So we ethane 1,2-diol over here. So we call this as ethane 1,2-diol, or it is also called as ethylene glycol. Ethylene, look here, ethylene glycol, and we treat it with our terephthalic acid. So this terephthalic acid is, look here, the form structure for the terephthalic acid. Okay. So this is ethane 1,2-diol. We also call this, we can call this as the polyesters. These can be prepared by condensation reaction or polymerization reaction between dicarboxylic acids with diols. What are diols? Having two OH. And what are dicarboxylic acid? Having this C double bond O, two C double bond OH groups over here. The reaction is a polymers which have been formed by condensation polymerization between the dicarboxylic acids with the diol over here. So look here, how does condensation reaction take place? That there will be loss of water molecules from here, and from the ends also there will be the loss of water molecule. This will get added to another chain on this side, this will get added to another chain on the other side, and there will be the loss of water molecule. So let's show it over here in this way. So this hydrogen, it will be going as a loss as a water molecule. So we call this as pterylene. Pterylene, or it is also called as Dacron. The common name is the other name for pterylene is also the Dacron. Clear? Next we move on to the preparation of glyptol or alkyd resin. So I'll just rub the board for this. Glyptol, or it is also called as alkyd resin. So again we'll be using the reaction, that is we'll be using our ethylene glycol. Along with the ethylene glycol we'll be using an acid. That acid we call that as the phthalic acid. Now let's see the formula. The ethylene glycol we already know, that is NHO. This is our ethylene glycol. It is also called as ethane 1,2-diol. Glycols means what? These are having the two OH group over here plus N molecules of over here. So this is our phthalic acid. Phthalic acid. Then the loss of, that is 2NH2O. 2NH2O, loss of water molecule. So look here, this chain won't fit over here. So I'm writing down over here this reaction, or we can just write down over here it is minus 2NH2O. So here this will be so this compound we call this as glyptol, or it is also called as alkyd resin. Glyptol or alkyd resin. So this was our second example under the polyesters. Next we continue with the preparation of polyamides. So polyamides. So these are the polymers having amide linkages, that is C double bond O and H. These are called as the amide linkages. Now these polymers, they are also called as nylons, and under this polymers we will be studying the two examples, two preparation of two nylons, that is nylon 66 and nylon 6. So we begin with our first preparation, that is nylon 66. Nylon 66. I have shown you this reaction several times. Once again we will just go through it. So it can be prepared by reaction between adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. Now look here, hexamethylene diamine, N molecules of hexamethylene diamine plus N molecules of adipic acid. So N molecules of Okay, so this is adipic acid. This is hexamethyldiamine. So again there will be loss of water molecules over here. This reaction will take place in presence of heat and pressure, and will show there is loss of 2NH2O. From here also there will be loss of one molecule of water. From these ends also there will be loss of water molecule. That is, wherever it gets added to another unit there will be a loss of water molecule. We are taking these two units over here, so we will be showing that is 2NH2O. That is two molecules of water will be lost over here. So look here, we will show this as NH, because here there will be loss of water molecule. So one, that is H, another H will be going as a water molecule along with OH. One H plus another OH will be forming one water molecule, CH2, 6, again NH. This gets linked over here, so this O. Again from here water will be lost over here, C double bond O, CH2, 4 over here, C double bond O, again O. And we are showing this as N number of chains over here. So this leads to the formation of our nylon 66. Nylon 66. Okay? Clear? Next, we move on to the next preparation, that is nylon 6. Let me rub the board first. So nylon 6, it is also called as the Perlon. Other name for nylon 6 we can say also called as Perlon. And it can be prepared from, that is according to our syllabus, we have to prepare it from caprolactam. Now let us see how to prepare caprolactam first. So first of all we will be seeing how to prepare caprolactam. So caprolactam, it can be prepared from cyclohexane. We take our cyclohexane over here, and this cyclohexane, it is subjected to the oxidation reaction. Cyclohexane is subjected to the oxidation reaction. So here we write down cyclohexane. We are subjecting to oxidation reaction, so it is forming cyclohexanone. That is double bond O. So because of this C double bond O, cyclohexanone. Next we treat it with a hydroxylamine, that is NH2OH. We are treating with hydroxylamine. NH2OH is nothing but is a hydroxylamine, and there will be a loss of water molecule over here. So this will be forming over here, that is NOH, that is an oxime will be formed over here. Look here, an oxime, that is NOH. So this is our cyclohexanone oxime. Cyclohexanone oxime. Further we treat it with our concentrated sulfuric acid. Look here, we are treating with concentrated sulfuric acid, and a rearrangement of the cyclohexanone oxime takes place. So first of all let me write down this, what exactly the rearrangement that takes place over here. Alright, look here. So this type of rearrangement, that is over here an oxime, when it is treated with an acid, this oxime when it is treated with an acid, it is forming, and it gets substituted to form CONH. That is our CONH. We can just write down the C double bond O NH. That is a amide group. That is where an oxime it forms, where with the reaction with an acid it is forming substituted amide, that is CONH. Such type of reaction, we call this as such type of rearrangement, we call this as Beckmann rearrangement. Why we call this as Beckmann rearrangement? It has been given the name after the name of the scientist, that is Otto Beckmann. Otto Beckmann was the first person who found out, who has done this, who's carried out this reaction, and hence we call this as a Beckmann rearrangement. And this compound, this is also called as the caprolactam. Caprolactam. So we have come to the first step, that is preparation of caprolactam. We have prepared our caprolactam by the Beckmann rearrangement reaction. Now this caprolactam will further undergo the polymerization reaction. Now let us see how does it undergo the polymerization reaction. So obviously it undergoes the condensation, polymerization. So look here, C double bond O, you will be writing down in this way, C double bond O. Then next is NH. Sorry, this will be NH. NH. Look here, this is C double bond O, NH. I made a mistake. Pay attention once again, there is C double bond O, NH. I wrote over here also C double bond O, NH. There is a amide group over here. So, okay, so here C double bond O. Next is what? NH. And then you count CH2. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 CH2. So this will be 5 over here. And N molecules of N number of chains over here. So this compound which has been formed, this is nothing but is a nylon 6. Nylon 6. Clear? Okay. So we had finished with the next category of our condensation polymers, that is the polyamides. We move on to the next type of polymers, that is the formaldehyde resins. So let me first rub the board, then I'll proceed further. So third category, formaldehyde resins. As I already told you, what are the resins? That is highly viscous substance which comes under the class of the polymers and which may be obtained from the plants, or it can also be manufactured synthetically. Now here we are having the two types of formaldehyde resins. The first one that we study over here is a phenol formaldehyde. Phenol formaldehyde resin. So let's see, for the preparation of phenol formaldehyde resin, we'll take phenol over here. So this is our phenol plus our formaldehyde. Okay, in presence of a basic catalyst. Alright, so it has been forming over here. There is two compounds, two intermediates over here. That is, so we call this as orthohydroxymethylphenol. Orthohydroxymethylphenol. Why do we call it as orthohydroxymethylphenol? Because at ortho position there is methyl, there is CH2, and methyl hydroxyl, there is OH is also there, and this is a phenol ring over here. Plus so this is para-hydroxymethylphenol. Para-hydroxymethylphenol. Two compounds are being formed. So look here, it can happen in this way. There is this particular compound, orthohydroxymethylphenol. It undergoes copolymerization, that is this effect acts as a monomer unit and undergoes further polymerization. It leads to the formation of a compound, a linear polymer, which is called as the novolac. Now novolac is a polymer which is used in paints. Now let us see what exactly happens, how novolac that has been formed. So we take over here N molecules of our orthohydroxymethylphenol. It undergoes polymerization. Obviously, it undergoes the condensation polymerization. So look here, at ortho position there will be bridges. So at ortho position there are the bridges. Again we show over here, and then we have to end up we just have to stop somewhere. We cannot keep on writing it down, so we just stop over here. So this polymer, that is a linear polymer. So this is a linear polymer which is also called as the novolac. Linear polymer also called as the novolac, which has been used in paints. So either it can, if we are taking only this, we show the formation of novolac, or if both these compounds they have been reacting together, this will lead to the formation of a compound called as the bakelite. Now bakelite is a compound which has been first found out by the chemist, which was first prepared by an American chemist, that is a Baekeland. And from the name, that is Baekeland, we get the name as a bakelite. Now let's see the preparation of our melamine. So we'll take both this as N molecules of both these orthohydroxymethylphenol and para-hydroxymethylphenol. So N molecules of over here orthohydroxymethylphenol plus N molecules of this para-hydroxymethylphenol. So what will happen? Okay, there will be a cross-linked compound will be formed by the condensation polymers. Look here how it will be. I am just showing you how you will be writing down the structure. You will take this one phenol ring over here in this way, get it linked to, so CH2, that is methylene group, is acting as a bridge over here. Get it linked to another one, again another one. Okay, there will be one OH on all of them. From here you will attach one more CH2. Draw this benzene, this phenol ring over here, that is OH. Again you have to connect it to another one. From here also you suspend one, that is CH2, you attach one CH2 over here. So we complete the structure. Now this structure, this compound form, this is a cross-linked polymer. Cross-linked polymer. And we call this as, the common name of this is Bakelite. Bakelite. You'll find those certain cookware, those handles, those black colored handles which are used for holding the cookware, that is nothing but is made up of the bakelite. So this comes after the name of the person, that is Baekeland. Baekeland, that is an American chemist who prepared this and hence gives the name as a bakelite. It is a cross-linked polymer which is also called as the phenol formaldehyde resin. Okay, it's highly useful, and you will find it involves a methylene bridges at ortho and para position. These are the methylene bridges at, so look here, this is at the ortho position, this is at the para position. Okay, so this is phenol formaldehyde resin. We'll move on to the next type of our formaldehyde resin, that is our melamine formaldehyde resin. Melamine formaldehyde resin. Now first of all, let us understand what is melamine. Let me write down the structure of melamine first, then I will explain you. Okay. So this, we call this as 246. 246 at 2, 3. Sorry. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at 2, 4, 6 there are the NH2 groups. So there is a tri-amino group. We can call 2, 4, 6 tri-amino. And at 1, 3, 5 there are 3 nitrogens, so that is called as the azine, triazine. 3, 5, 6 triazine. So the name of this compound, that is the IUPAC name, is 2, 4, 6 triamino 3, 5, 6 triazine. And the common name of this compound is also melamine. We are treating it with our formaldehyde. We are treating with our formaldehyde, where we get an intermediate. Look here, what will happen? So at this position, one hydrogen, from here one hydrogen has been removed, and instead of one hydrogen we are substituting it with CH2OH. Now this is compound that has been formed, that is called as the resin intermediate. Resin intermediate. Okay? This is the resin intermediate. Now this resin intermediate, it will undergo further polymerization. And everywhere we have to show that the reaction proceeds further, leading to the formation of many number of chains. So how will we be showing it over here? Look here. So this is our melamine polymer. So here what we are showing, that is getting linked to many number of units of this type, and hence n molecules of the same thing, leading to the formation of a melamine polymer over here. So this is our melamine formaldehyde. This was our last preparation under condensation polymers. So we stop over here. Thank you, students.